Good morning, folks. So we are here at Lower Seymour Conservation Reserve, Lynn Canyon Park or something. Me and Dries have decided to come for an early morning swim, so it's 6 a.m. The whole place just opened. I actually went to the other side, which is closer to me, which is at the Lin Valley suspension bridge, but the gates there only open at 7 a.m. So anyway, we are going to go to I don't know what the pool is called, but we're going to go for a swim early morning there in the pool through to the waterfalls. So it is actually quite cool out here. There's some really nice hikes. We just need to find our direction, because there's Rice Lake up here and a bunch of other stuff that you can go check out. And it's always nice if you come in early before the crowds. Beautiful here in the early morning. I have my doubts though, because swimming, there's no sunlight. At least when we swim in the ocean, there's some sunshine when you get out of the water. So what do you say about it, Dries?
Ja, zwaar.
It's not a very long walk, it's a bunch of stairs. And I don't know what the pool is called. Ooh, caution, bear in area. So we're going to swim with a bear. Anyway. It's one thing that you gotta always try and get yourself to do when you're out here in Vancouver, is to just go and get out and do these things. It's beautiful, it's light early, nature is perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, I mean it's beautiful and good for the mind. Belinda doesn't like the bugs that much, the mosquitoes. But look at this. Isn't this just awesome? And we've got our early morning runners. So peaceful. Morning.
Hi.
On my way here, I was driving through the whole Lin Valley area. And it was very interesting. I mean, because obviously I went to the Lin Valley suspension bridge side first and saw the gates were closed, so I couldn't drive in. And I drove back, and that took me through that neighbourhood. I must say that is such a cool neighbourhood to live in, Lin Valley. It almost feels like every house has got some bush behind it, you know. It's just very naturey. And you're close to the waterfalls, and you're close to the parks, and you're close to the mountains. And and there's some really cool shops. There's a really cool shopping centre there. And you're close to everything on the highway. So I must say, I think Lin Valley is a nice area to live in. If I ever have to find another home, I might just go and look out on that side. And I mean, especially if you like nature, and lots of biking trails and running trails, and you got the swimming and just a cool spot. I mean, check at this. This is the canyon. And there's the river down there. Listen to it. Beautiful, early in the morning. And they do maintain these parks quite nicely. And of course, if you live down there, you don't have to worry about the gates being closed. Because you can just walk from your house, right? Steep slope, prohibited access. Good morning.
Hi, I don't know.
Oh, there's a...
So this, you can actually get to it from the other side, but there's limited parking. But you'll avoid about 100 speed humps though.
Yeah, I went to the Lynn Canyon parking, but yeah, like I said, they only open at 7.
Oh, okay.
And I got here a little bit earlier because I thought I'll come in and do the video, you know, before you arrive. But this gate was also closed until 6. And it's a 3K walk from the gate up here. So I was like, I'm not doing that. Not this morning. Maybe next time. All right. So just in front here, we're going to drop down. Now look at these old forests. Eh? Amazing. You walk through here on your little path, it's nice and cool, but you got to think about the first oaks that came through here, having to make the paths. And then some dumbass dropped their frickin' McDonald's thing. These people suck, right? You are out here in beautiful nature and you go and dump your fucking drink container. I think oftentimes that's the problem. We all work on the assumption that everybody's nice and good. But the actual reality is that there's always assholes, you know. Hey, maybe let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it fell out of their backpack and they didn't notice. I don't get it. Anyway. All right, we are almost at the pool. And I got to tell you, I've got my little... I'm slightly concerned, not going to lie, because I feel like this water is a little bit colder than the ocean water, right?
Maybe not. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, Dries has done this before. Well, look, this is where I did my first ever dip at this pool. Well, my first ever cold water swim in Canada was at this pool.
The bike's still here.
What is this? Like somebody's bike or one of these renter bikes?
Like this guy could freewheel all the way down here, so he didn't realize he was in the lockout zone. And when he had to go back up the hill, the bike was
All right. Okay, so now this bike is technically stuck there forever until somebody comes and fetches it. That is one thing throughout Vancouver that's pretty handy. The public transport system, eh? I mean, you've got Evos, you've got buses, you've got trains, you've got bikes, you can rent bikes, little scooters, everything is everywhere. Jeez, some solid stairs going down. See, that's the nice thing about parking at Lynn Canyon Suspension Bridge side. A lot less stairs. Oy, oy, oy. All right, there's our swimming pool. Okay, so there's no sunshine, but at least we're going to have to climb all the stairs after swimming. So that'll heat us back up. Goodness gracious. Good morning. All right, here we are. And this is where we're going to go for the swim. Look how nice and clear that water is. It's just amazing. I'm going to put my stuff down. As a matter of fact, this is where I went for my first ever swim in this pool. Oh, okay, well, let me just throw my stuff down. Ah, oh, look at that. Hey? Let me not fall in before. So we're going to swim up the channel there because there's a waterfall at the other side. All right, folks, that's it. The Lin Valley swimming expedition. We are here. It's beautiful. Dries is the one that talked me into this. Let's do it. All right, so here we are, heading into the pool. Woo! Okay, it's not as cold as I anticipated. Ugh. But it's not as warm as I anticipated either. Oh. Oh. All right.
Is jy raak?
Ja. Okay, it's a bietjie kouer as hier. It's a little colder than the ocean. But I suppose you adapt, right?
Dis ons al goggles gehelp het. Mens nog so van stroom opswem ook.
Ja. All right, so I'm just going to put the sound down a little bit and narrate over here, because otherwise you just hear my loud, labored breathing while I'm freezing my ass off and swimming against the current up to the waterfall. The crazy thing is, it's actually, it is so refreshing and it's so lekker, but it's actually, your whole body goes into freak out mode. It's quite weird, you know, because you're there in that little canyon and it feels like it's freezing, and it's just, you know, it's it takes a bit of strain to actually swim against the stream, especially with one hand, because I'm holding the camera and the other one as well. It's weird how you need to fight your own brain that just wants to go, turn around, run away, and you just got to go, no, I can do this, let me just keep going. But it is a cool experience. I think that's what old Wim Hof, the Iceman, always says. It's like, you know, you just got to keep going because you've got to challenge yourself. And the same as what Tony Robbins says, you know, you've got to challenge yourself and show yourself that you can do it and just keep on doing it. But this is such a lekker little swim, actually. I'm pretty sure the second time will be better. But yeah, it was freezing and it was hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. I was actually quite broken the next morning. well, not the next morning, after that, because after the swim we had to walk up all of those stairs. I just like when I got home I was bushed. Normally after a swim in the ocean I feel revitalized, but after this one it was a tough one. It was hectic, but it's beautiful out there. There's nobody else, and the water is clear. I mean, look at that. I look a little bit like somebody that got like standing and looking at the firing squad there. Anyway, yeah, it's a like a distance that you swim in. Check it out. It's hectic. Okay.
So jy moet daar nie dan sê nou daai kan wel float en jy moet hier maar nie voete en voete laat vashou.
All right. Okay, so now it's the next section heading off to the into the actual pool, which is as you can see, I'm struggling to get over the rocks. It's a little bit slippery, and to be quite honest, you've kind of frozen, so it's like fingers and everything doesn't work that well. I look a little stressed there. Anyway, we got over the rock and we got through to the other side with lots of groaning and complaining, but anyway, here we are. It's and trying to, like, forgetting about the camera, trying to hold on to stuff to just get over the rocks. There we go, up to the other side. It's amazing. It's cool how clear the water is, and it's just lekker, I must say. We really enjoyed it. You're tired afterwards. Like I said, I was broken afterwards, but at least it was doing something that challenged me and something weird that, you know, I would have never thought I would do. Doing my doggy paddling swim there against the current. Whoops, almost dropped the camera. There we go. Okay, well, it's a waterfall. It's not a big waterfall. Look at the little fish. There's actually quite a lot of fish in there. Quite funny. I mean, it's a waterfall, but it's not a huge waterfall. And the water is cold. It is freezing cold. All right. That was hard. And it's cold, but the cold's gone now. Anyway, we're going to try and get to more of these places this summer. So if you know of cool ones out here on the North Shore, it's great because it's early mornings. So we want to do 6 a.m. in the morning, get somewhere in Vancouver or the North Shore, go for a swim and try and, you know, just experience these things. Hopefully get a little bit fitter by doing it as well, because as you can see, I need a bit of stamina, it seems. It's actually fascinating to think, you know, I used to be one of those guys, I mean, when I went into the water in Bloberg Beach in Cape Town, I would run out because it would feel like my feet was freezing off. Now, trust me, this water is significantly colder. It's all about that mind over matter thing, right? It's just that ability to actually take control of your first instinct, your fight or flight. You're like, okay, I'm going to freeze to death, I need to get out. It's actually quite nice standing there in the waterfall. But it is, I mean, that's, I think, one of the key things about swimming and getting into the cold is that it forces you to get that mind over matter. And believe me, in today's day and age and the world that we live in, with all of the things going on, it's probably a good idea to have the ability to, like, remove yourself from the noise and actually focus on the things that matter and just, like, take a step back and think, right? Anyway, I'm veering off the track here. Look at all the little fish. It's amazing. Now, luckily, the way back is a lot easier because you just float. At least you're going with the current now. I still wonder what was the worst part. Swimming up there, was that what made me so tired? Or was it the cold? Or was it climbing all of those damn stairs back? I tell you, that stairs was rough. I literally, when I got home, I had to, just kind of go and take a bath and lie in the bath for a half an hour or so just to get some energy back. I had zero energy left. I was just like, whoa, man. Anyway, look at all the rocks, eh? And on the way back, it's nice. Turn on my back and just float back. Although I do still look like, I don't look relaxed, do I? Anyway, I suppose you can only have so much mind over matter. Your eyes and your facial expressions are still going to give you away. It's like, oh crap, what's going on here? Why am I freezing? Why am I in the middle of the ocean? Why am I in the middle of a canyon in the water? Anyway, it's next time I'm taking a different camera. I'm putting the camera on my head so that I have both hands free to swim with. I mean, that would also make life a lot easier if I don't have to do this weird three-legged doggy paddle. Not that I'm an expert swimmer, but so hey, let me know who of you want to go for a swim, and we got to do it. And we got to carry on doing it into the winter, though. That's it. We need to go and break the ice off of the river and then swim. It's amazing how clear the water is. I mean, look at that. I need to get swimming goggles because you can actually dive down. Although I don't know. I wonder, because I'm thinking you can open your eyes underwater, but that water is so damn cold it will freeze your eyeballs. You'll get brain freeze. So it's probably better to use goggles, right? I would love to know if you can give me an answer on that. For those experienced cold water swimmers out there. What happens if you open your eyes underwater and it's so cold? Look at that. I don't know what that was, but are we going to assume it was just an air bubble escaping from the camera? It's beautiful at Lin Valley. I mean, this is Lynn Canyon, and the suspension bridge is just there up front. And here, folks, is one of the often overlooked perks of Canada. I don't think anybody here understands. Any of the local Canadians understands this. But look at this. This is a park. There's people walking around everywhere. And right over there on the log is where we left our gear. I mean, the other cameras, the cell phones, the car keys, the everything. We left it on the log over there and we took a swim. And I think that, folks, is one of the things that, you would never do in South Africa. No. Especially not in a place where there's lots of tourists. I mean, it gets really, really busy out here. And, you just never leave your stuff. Somebody's going to steal it. Spots like this where people do this kind of thing in the morning, you'll have oaks waiting there in the bushes just to literally wait for you to go around the corner and steal your stuff. Sometimes they don't even wait for you to go around the corner. They'll just take your stuff. Yeah, we leave everything there. We swim up and we're gone for 10 minutes and we come back and, our stuff is still there. There's been people that walk past and said, Howzit, and it's different. It's one of the things that people here don't appreciate as much.
What they say, hull inspections, look at this document.
Like it.
Oh.
Alright folks, so there you have it.
One more time.
Swim in to the waterfall, and it's amazing how the water actually is not that cold anymore. Well, it doesn't feel like it. Maybe I just lost all feeling, but hey, that was a good one.